In this age and time where some ladies are after material things, a young billionaire decided to disguise him in his pursuit of true love. Did he succeed? Let's find out.
Ethan Cole had everything the world could offer: wealth, power, and a name that opened doors in high society. As the CEO of Cole Enterprises, he was known for his business acumen and his ability to turn failing companies into thriving empires. Yet, despite all his success, Ethan often felt a void he couldn't explain. His relationships were superficial, built on what he could provide rather than who he truly was. One day, while scrolling through social media, Ethan stumbled upon an article about a philanthropist who had gone undercover to understand the struggles of everyday people. The idea intrigued him. What if he could experience life without the privileges his name and money afforded him? What if he could meet people who valued him for more than his wealth? The thought lingered, and soon a plan began to form. Ethan decided to step away from his opulent lifestyle temporarily. He informed his trusted assistant, Marcus, that he would be taking a sabbatical. To avoid suspicion, he claimed he was going on an international retreat. In reality, he had purchased a modest second-hand car and signed up to work as a driver for a ride-hailing service under the alias Ethan Miller. The first week of his new life was both exhilarating and challenging. Gone were the tailor suit and private jet. Instead, he wore simple clothes and navigated the city's bustling streets in a car that spluttered if he drove too fast. Ethan's initial rides were uneventful, with passengers mostly glued to their phones or engaged in brief, polite conversations. Yet he found the experience refreshing. He was no longer Ethan Cole, the billionaire. He was Ethan Miller, the ordinary driver. One afternoon, he received a ride request from Clara Hayes. As she entered the car, Ethan noticed her warm smile and the kindness in her eyes. Clara was a social worker who spent her days helping underprivileged families. She carried an aura of resilience and optimism, despite the evident fatigue on her face. During the ride, Clara's phone rang, and Ethan could help but overhear her end of the conversation. She was passionately discussing plans for a community center that would provide free meals, counseling, and educational resources for those in need. Ethan was struck by her selflessness. In his world, people rarely speak of giving without expecting something in return. Clara's dedication to others stirred something within him. She was the kind of person he had hoped to meet when he started this journey. Over the next few weeks, Ethan found himself drawn to Clara's world. He frequently picked her up for rides, learning more about her work and the challenges she faced. Clara shared stories of single mothers striving to make ends meet, children yearning for education, and elderly individuals battling loneliness despite the hardship. Clara never complained. Instead, she spoke of hope and the impact of even the smallest act of kindness. Ethan began to see life through a different lens. The towering skyscrapers and the luxury brands he once shared paled in comparison to the simple joys Clara described. Her world was one of struggle, yes, but also of resilience. Moved by Clara's mission, Ethan decided to help anonymously. Using his resources discreetly, he arranged for donations to Clara's Community Center project. He ensured the funds came from a foundation to help his identity hidden. Watch the project come to life gave him a sense of fulfillment he hasn't felt in years. However, maintaining his secret life wasn't easy. Ethan's family and friends began to question his absence. and the media speculated about his sudden disappearance. Despite these challenges, Ethan was determined to use his plan through. For the first time, he felt like he was truly living. As the community center neared completion, Clara invited Ethan to its opening ceremony. She spoke with gratitude about the anonymous donor who had made it possible. Ethan stood at the back of the small crowd, feeling a mix of pride and unease. He knew he couldn't keep his secret forever. One evening, while Ethan was driving Clara home, she shared a story that deeply moved him. She spoke about a young boy who has recently lost his parents. The boy's resilience, despite his immense loss, reminded Clara of why she did what she did. Tears welled in her eyes as she spoke, and Ethan realized just how much Clara's work meant to her. In that moment, Ethan's guilt grew. Clara has trusted him, shared her dreams and struggles, and here he was, hiding his true identity. He decided it was time to come clean. Ethan invited Clara to a quiet cafe, away from the noise of the city. As they sat across from each other, he revealed the truth. He told her about his life as Ethan Cole, his decision to live as an ordinary driver, and his involvement in a community center project. Clara listened in silence, her expression unreadable. When he finished, she took a deep breath and said, "I'm grateful for what you have done for the community, but trust is the foundation of any relationship. I need time to process this." Ethan respected her need for space. He had hoped for a different reaction, but he understood her perspective. Over the next few months, he focused on supporting the community center and giving Clara the time she needed. Slowly, Clara began to see that Ethan's intention was genuine. He wasn't just a billionaire looking for a thrill. He was a man searching for meaning. She appreciated the humility it took for him to step away from his privileged life and immerse himself in hers. In time, their bond grew stronger. Clara taught Ethan the value of authenticity, humility, and genuine connection. Ethan, in turn, used his resources to amplify Clara's impact, helping her reach more people in need. Ethan later proposed to Clara in front of her family members, friends, and well-wishers. They later got married in a lavish wedding with so many people in attendance.
Wow, what a story. This story teaches us that true worth lies not in material things but in the relationship we build and the lives we touch. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.